So this is the outcome. The dress really came out. Camera didn't even do justice to this dress. Like it's very very cute, and the band is not really showing here. And the hair, if you decide to wear it to church, this is the way you're going to wear it. I think I'll be rocking it like this instead of wearing it with just bra. This is the perfect way to rock this dress. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please make sure to like and subscribe. So let's get started. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing good. Sorry that I've not posted for some days now. I've been away. I just came back and said let me take you guys on this quick tutorial on how to make this pencil dress. I wanted to make a jumpsuit, but I later changed my mind then, but I have already drafted it out. I've already cut it out on my pattern, on my fabric. This is a jumpsuit pattern, but here I'm going to be turning it into a dress that is gown. So you have to have a stretchy fabric. First thing is to remove 2 inches because I'll be adding a band. From that 2 inches from the line, you go down by 8 inches for your waist, that is your, sorry, for your hip location. Then from that line also you get your full length. I use the full tape, which is 60 years. The next is to take your hip measurement. From that crouch, you have to remove that crouch extension. Just cut it out. This is the front that we are cutting. Remember, I'm cutting this from a pants or a jumpsuit. So I have to get my waist hip, which is 11, but I removed half inch. I got 10.5 because this fabric is really stretchy. My waist is 8. I had to minus half inch to get 8.7. Then whatever amount you have on your hip, please, this trouser has a little flare, so you just have to trim it off. So that point, that line, that chalk mark is where I'm going to be taking my measurement from. So my total hip is 10.5. I brought it down and minus 1.5 for the pencil part, for it to have that pencil effect. So I connected the line from the waist down to the hip. Please don't take your measurement from this crash line. You just have to see the way I'm doing it. So you have to minus it, cut out that part. I'm going to be replacing that part with a band that will be attaching. So you just have to cut it this way. So when you're done cutting the hip part, you turn it to cut the crouch back. Just make a straight line. The front is going to have a joining because of I started it with a trouser or a jumpsuit. So it will not be on fold. It's on fold maybe, but I'm going to be joining it. So this is what I have for the front part. I'll place it. This is the front part of the jumpsuit, and that is the front part of the skirt. So I'll place this on the back part to cut out the back part of the pocket too. And remember to use the part that is stretchy. That is one thing you should do. Remember to use the part that is stretchy. Don't mind the hip looking like that. I'm still going to trim it off again. But yeah, in case you want to turn your pants or your jumpsuit to a dress, so this is the pattern. This is the method that you're going to be using. So we'll be cutting the back part also, and this is the back parts of the jumpsuit. So join the back, join the both back together or both sides together. Here I didn't bring out zipper allowance because I never knew that I was going to add a zipper, but I had to create one after cutting it. But if you are cutting it, if you have enough space, bring out a zipper allowance. I had to bring out a zipper allowance for it to be very easy to wear. So we just bring out 1 inch zipper allowance, which I later did because the fabric is super stretchy. I had to still reduce some things, some allowance from there, even after not cutting my exact hip. So this is what you should have. Trim it out very well. Make sure that everything is equal. Make sure that everything is equal, then place it very well. The hip, the down part should align very well. I was just checking to see the stretchy parts, and both ways are stretchy, both the down and the both the width and length are stretchy, so that is just it. So I'm going to be cutting this upper part on this line so that you will see what I'm doing, because if I cut it on the main fabric you will not see the top, the mark. So here I'm cutting directly as my under bust. I will get my under bust measurement. I'm not adding any allowance or any half length to this. So my under bust is 15, so I'll get the 15. So here is 15. The next thing now is to take your shoulder measurement. My shoulder is 17, is 7. Sorry, my shoulder is 7.5, that is 15, but I'll add extra 1 inch, half inch allowance, because I'm going to be turning it. I'm going to fold it with the bias. So I'll get my waist measurement also, which is 8. I'm not adding any allowance to this. I won't be adding any allowance to this, because why? Because I'm not going to be, because I didn't add any allowance to the skirt part also. So, but you can just add half inch allowance due to we are folding it also. You can add half inch allowance because we are folding it. So the next thing is to get your neck width. Here you don't need your bust measurement or anything. So I'm going to use 3 inches neck width. 3 inches, the back, the depth of the back 1, then the front depth is 1. Remember that. So I'll draw the front neckline also. Draw it very well. Also draw this part very well. So the next thing now is to connect straight to meet your waist, from your shoulder to your waist, and just connect straight. Or you can slant it a bit to this other part. So this is what I have. I'll cut it out now. I'll cut it out. So I'll just make the neck with 3.5. Nice. Okay, okay. So the next thing is to cut your neck. I'm not doing any shoulder slope, but you can slope your shoulder a bit, just half inch. So I'll cut the back neckline. This is what I have. This is how you should look. This is what you should have. So I'll place the back on the fabric to cut it out. So after folding it, you'll still have something like this. So I'll place the back. So I'm going to get the stretchy part. Try your possible best to get the stretchy parts, to use the stretchy part, the parts that stretches very well. So it stretches this way very well, more than this. So I'll do it this way. So place the front pattern on the, I'm cutting directly on the fabric, that is the back pattern. And please remember to add your zipper allowance. I didn't really add it here. I had to create my zipper allowance because I never wanted to add a zipper, but I ended up adding one. So please bring out your zipper allowance. Don't cut exactly like this unless you don't feel like adding a zipper. So this is just it. Every other thing is just equal. Just add your zipper allowance. So here I'm done cutting out the back. This is the way it will look without adding a zipper allowance, but please add a zipper allowance and slit it open. It should be separate, like you should have two pieces for the back once you add your zipper allowance. The next thing is to cut out on, I use 3 inches neck depth for this front, which is perfect. So you just cut it out. The next thing, how you are going to be joining this, you just join both shoulders, then you can use your bias or the same fabric to turn the front. Then for the side, attach a fan to this. So I have here
If you have enough fabric, you don't need to cut two. You just cut it straight, like your straight waist. On fold should be 16 inches, but on fold here I have 8, and it's 5 inches long, and 8 my waist, like my waist divided by 4. This is my waist divided by 4, which is 16 inches when I open it up. So you should have this. But if you have enough fabric, you don't have to join it at the side. It doesn't need to have a side seam, but I don't have enough fabric, that's why mine is going to have a side seam. So this is it. So one will go to the back and one will go to the front, and here is the this thing now. So this is my underbust. I'm going to be attaching. I'll use half inch to attach it to this one, and half inch to attach it. So you
So the wideness was 5 inches, but I later reduced it to 3 inches. And please, you should double the front part, the front band, also double the back band. That means you should have two pieces for the back. This is to give it to make it thick enough, because if it's not thick, it will stretch more, it will not really snatch your waist. So you just have put two for the back, two for the front, and that is it. So how you are going to join this, you just have to join the shoulder, then this, remember that the underbust is 16 inches. If your is 15 inches without any allowance. So if your under bust, if your fabric is really stretchy like mine, please, you just have to reduce it again. You just have to reduce your underbust by 1 inch again, making it 14 inches. And the two sides, you should have the side, maybe you also trim the side by half inch, so that it will not have any bulging. Yes, at the side. So the side seam, you should just trim it down by half inch again. So here is the front. You just go ahead and join it with half an inch. That is what you are going to be doing with the back, with the down part.
pin so that you see what I did. So here is the skirt part. Here is the so look at the inside. This is the front. You know, you have to join the front this way, and the back will have a back slit. So here is the slit opening, and I decided to put my zipper. You know, I didn't have any allowance for the zipper, but I ended up having an allowance because this is really stretchy. So I ended up creating an allowance for the zipper, because I don't want to be struggling to pull it. I want the waist to be really fitted, very tight. So here is the band. Here is 4 inches band, but I cut off 4. Here is 3 inches. But the one that I asked you to cut initially was 4 inches, because this is stretching. It will like, after attaching it came out really wide, and also I had to shorten it to these 3 inches. So after joining with half inch, I'll have 2.5 inches. So I've cut it out. I've attached to the front. When you attach to the front, you now attach the back. This is double. You have to make it double, so that it will snatch your waist very well, so that it will be thick enough to snatch your waist. Then join the side seam with half inch. That is what I did here. Make sure that this place rhymes together. So after joining it, the next thing now is to join the upper part. So here is the upper part. I also had to create a zipper allowance for the upper part, but before cutting this, please make sure you add your zipper allowance. Don't make this my mistake and all that. So just the same thing. And I've also turned the neckline with the same fabric. I used it as a bias. So here is how I did it. Just attach it, then fold it front. Instead of folding it inside, I'm going to turn it the front this way. So the next thing is to notch the two. Here I didn't use any bias or the fabric. I just folded it once, then run it with a straight stitch. Then trim off your zip. Just remove half inch or 1 inch for your zipper bulge. So this is the side. Just after doing, just give it a good press, and that's just it. So this is it. So this side now, also don't allow the side to be the side and this side to be equal, so that you will not have any bulging or any excess fabric left. So this side you have to remove half inch. You just have to cut half inch slantly. Also that is by the side. So the next thing is to get the midpoint, the front midpoint. So here is the midpoint. To get the skirt midpoint also. Get the midpoint. Place those notches together. Then sew. Make sure that when it covers this place very well, make sure that it gets to this your seam allowance place. Make sure it gets there. Like the back and front should meet there. Make sure whatever you are doing, make sure it meets that. Make sure that it will meet there. So here the same thing. Just make sure that that place is equal. Then your back also, you flip it. Whatever I'm doing, I just want to be sure that this side is very okay and well relaxed. Like this is how it's going to meet here. Remember that you're not going to be, so it needs to cover those rough parts. You hold it, so you just sew this way, back stitch on this place, then sew. Then whatever you have left, you place it on the zipper part. So whatever you have left, place it this way also. But make sure that the side is equal. See how it's looking already. So the same thing here, I'll do the same thing. Make sure that the side is equal. That is the first step, is to make sure that the side is equal, that it meets very well. So whatever you have left is the zipper part. Even if there's excess after everything, you trim it, but make sure that the side is equal. That is the important part of the style. The side being equal. So you can overlap it a little if you want. You can lap it a little, just like this if you want. So I'll just do that. So this is how it will come out. So do the same thing. After everything, I'll inside the zipper. I'll use half 1 inch to inside the zipper, then hem the down part. Here is the slit part. I'll double stitch this place, the sleeve stuff, then I'll fold this place. You can fold it once or you can double fold it. After doing that, you can now hem the down part. I'll just do that and show you the outcome of everything.